Dropping higher kill games is not as simple as slapping on the meta loadout and hot dropping your favorite POI. There's a method, a mindset. Sometimes it seems like skill-based matchmaking is the only thing holding back your KD. But in reality, what are you changing each and every time you play to break your kill record? In order to attack this problem, I've focused 3 fundamentals to get you more kills, no matter your skill level. Today I'm going to show you exactly what they mean and how to master them. Pacing often gets confused with speed because you're unlikely to rack up kills staying in one spot, but recklessly flying into situations with no intel leads to unnecessary deaths. Those deaths cost valuable time, resetting and regaining, just to get back into the fight. The key is momentum and control. Like all high-speed maneuvers, if there's not enough information and dexterity, it can lead to catastrophic outcomes. You need information and map knowledge woven together to build the start of knowing when to hit the gas and when to pump the brakes. Find intel hidden everywhere. You should only be moving as fast as you're capable of absorbing the information. If you have no info, you need to hold your position and scout for it. We use this for offense and defense. For offense, we are targeting the enemy, visualizing their path if necessary, and then using map knowledge to arrive on target as quickly as possible. Using awareness along the way, we're holding that enemy through a defensive power position. If we can't hold the numbers, executing an evasive maneuver using the terrain to build consistent cover until we can safely engage the target. Pacing is all about reaching as many targets as possible, while still staying in the fight as long as possible. Staying in the fight is more likely by prioritizing. Fighting more than one enemy is inevitable, but the outcome comes down to gun skill and target transitioning. Gun skill starts with the meta loadout, and let's be honest, who doesn't love the latest hardware? Becoming proficient in the weapon's capabilities is mandatory. Study the recoil patterns, reload times, and most importantly, the effective range. You need to be accurate up to that range as well as being able to shoot at high motion, close quarter targets. The really difficult part is what happens when there's more than one. This is transitional targeting. Who to shoot first and why. Having the instincts to know who to drop and when to make the switch. To know how to make plays using tactical maneuvers through cover and when to fall back. Prioritizing threat levels has to do with your cover advantage versus the angle advantage of your enemy. How hard can you press the offense before having to rely on your defensive line? Weapon capabilities, like mag size and mobility, play a huge role. But practicing the fluidity of the stop-and-go gunfight will keep you alive longer. Ultimately, if you learn to shoot and move, you will be in a better position to win, and you'll spend way less time regaining. Positioning is all about where you are and where you need to be. This is really all about timing and situational awareness. Using your game sense to establish not only where you need to be, but when you need to be there. We need to be visualizing the target's location and predicting their movement. Timing is learned through repetition. Travel distance alongside timing the weapon mechanics, reapplying your armor, and then re-engaging. Predicting enemy behavior and responding to those calculations. Mastering your fortification to execute strategic lines of sight will be the most difficult. This is where the pacing of your push combined with how you prioritize your target will be tested. If you treat every target like there's 3 more enemies close by, you will learn to adapt smoother through your environment. If you craft these 3 skills, you will increase your lethality and truly develop as a player. But they need to all 3 be together. If you lack pace, you'll never find the amount of kills you are looking for. If you can't prioritize, you're going to lose a lot of outnumbered fights. And if you're not managing your positioning, you will be vulnerable at pivotal moments like pushing, reloading, and rotating. If you find yourself dying too much, start taking 3 seconds to analyze the push before you full throttle the fight. If you're not getting enough kills, start landing in different places and focus the fastest way to get back to your normal drop spot. For transitional targeting, treat every enemy as if there were more than one. Don't thirst and practice the weapon swap instead of reloading after a down. Scan for 3 seconds to clear your bubble before you thirst and fully empty the mag. Most importantly, use your environment as your greatest ally. Start pushing with routes that set you up to take out whole teams, not just one player. One of my favorite exercises to develop these 3 skill sets is to do what I call running with randoms. For this, I intentionally queue into rebirth quads without my normal team, and I challenge myself to get as many kills as possible. The goal is not to be the lone wolf. The goal is to land with a random team's normal drop, learn the POI to change bad habits out of your normal repetition. At that point, I drive the pace and communicate. I rotate with them and practice fighting with teammates I don't know or trust. The more you develop as an individual, the better you will fight with a team you normally vibe with. Learn the entire map this way. If you normally run with randoms, you'll see how much harder it actually is. You will get used to playing cautious without teammates you know. This will diversify your approach and broaden your experience as a player. So when the time comes for you to face your largest hurdle, you will be ready. Keep building, keep adapting. SitRep out.